What's up, y'all, and welcome back to another episode of Mix in Chat. I'm your boy Javi, here with my boy D'Lo.
Yo, what's up?
Now let's get into it. All right, y'all. So over the weekend, or last week was it?
Yep.
The debate popped off. The presidential debate popped off. So that'll be our main topic. But we have something else to discuss before the main topic to give y'all a refresher on what happened with the NBA draft and what else was it?
Free agency.
The free agency, which is kind of played off of the NBA draft. But first, what's your number? All right, so D'Lo, how's your week been? What's your number?
Man, I'm actually at a 7.58 now.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, I've been getting off on these Amazon routes, and some of them, kind of been a little crazy, but like today it was a nice, easy, smooth one. Got done in a couple hours, so.
Bad. I know that's right. Well, congratulations on the raise of the number.
So, and then might be heading in a good direction on the job, so.
Nice.
Good things coming the way. So
you're talking about on like getting a job?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm assuming that you found something that you might actually be getting some weight in, like actually going for.
Yeah.
They are in contacting you because I know you was applying and wasn't nobody calling you back.
Yeah. Well, I'm still waiting for them to call me back, but I feel like when they do, because they're just now starting to hire.
Yeah,
and so I feel like once they do, we'll be in a good direction. So
that's what's up.
So what's your
manifest
number?
destiny.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna make it happen.
What's your number?
My number, and I know I'm always at a high number, but I would say my number is at a 8, a strong 8. The reason why it's down this week is not because of work or anything like that. It's just because one of my pups is sick right now, and we're trying to figure out what's wrong with him. If it's what the doctors may think it is, well, they don't really think it is, but they think that it could possibly be that. Then it's gonna cost me a lot of money for him to like get him better. So we're working on this other remedy that's going on right now with him to see if that works, but yeah, it's kind of stressful. So that puts me down to an 8. But while doing this podcast, I'm gonna be at a 10. You already know. I'm gonna sit at the 10.
The show must go on.
Facts. So with that being said, let's transition over to the draft and the free agency. See you in a second.
All right, what up, y'all? So we got a lot to talk about.
Okay.
So the NBA draft, it was crazy. So we're gonna go off on the top 10.
Okay.
And then there's a couple on the second round that was picked that I want to go over.
Okay.
So first pick of the NBA draft to Atlantic Hawks was Zachary Risacher.
Okay.
He's from France. The second pick was Alex Sarr. He's from France.
Okay.
He went to the Wizards. And then number 3, Reed Shepherd to the Rockets.
Now I seen that one.
Yeah, and he actually got a 4-year, $49 million contract for his rookie year.
Nice.
For a rookie contract, which is really good for a rookie contract. So, which
Hell
I think they're getting ready to sign all these big deals because plus higher deals because they're getting ready to get into a new TV contract next year. So, yeah. So when they do that, all the salaries go up.
Come on, big money.
So then we got Stephon Castle from UConn. He got number 4 to the Spurs.
Okay.
Which is a good fit. And then Ron Holland II from the G League went to the Pistons.
So the G League is that league that you said it can either work you with people to get you ready for the NBA, or you just sit in that one little spot.
Yeah, it's basically the development league.
Got you. So he came out of the development league and into the NBA.
Yeah.
Period. Congratulations, sir. What was his name?
Ron Holland II.
Okay, Mr. Ron Holland II, congratulations on getting out of the G League and back into that money.
Yes, sir. Period. And then number 6 is he's from France. It's Tajon Saloon.
Yeah, one of them good names. Tajon. What is up with these French people?
And then it don't stop there. But number 7 is Devon Clingan from UConn. He was number 7 at UConn. Went to the Trailblazers.
Okay.
And then number 8 was Rob Dillingham from Kentucky.
Come on, Kentucky.
He went to the Spurs, but then got traded to the Timberwolves.
Wow, that was fast.
Well, they can do that during draft. Like they
so
can
that
trade.
happens literally during the
draft.
It
was literally during the draft. Like it was like right after he got picked, they put out the message that he got traded to the Timberwolves, which is a really good fit for him.
Okay, but that's still wild.
And not even that, but it's a really good deal for him because one, he can learn off of one of the older players that's been in the league. His name is Mike Conley. He's a really good player to learn off of, and plus he can come in when Conley needs a rest. And him and Edwards would be a good young duo to be running back and forth.
Got you.
He's in a really good position. Plus, Timberwolves was the ones that made it to the Western Conference Final last year.
Facts. Okay.
So, yeah. Number 9 was Zach Edey from Purdue. The big dude. He's a 7-footer.
Where'd he go to?
He went to Purdue.
Okay.
And then number 10 was Cody Williams from Colorado. He went to the Jazz.
Okay.
Other than that, it was, you had Dalton Knecht at number 17, went to Tennessee. But now the main deals was on the second round. We did have...
First, tell me why all these French men are being drafted. Like, what's going on with that?
So there's been a new wave of French. It's been a wave of French people coming in. Like after Tony Parker back in the day, he set the tone for this new French wave. And then you had Victor Wembanyama last year going number 1. He was like, he's supposedly the best prospect since LeBron James coming in.
Okay.
So this is setting these new wave of Frenchmen to get looked at.
But that's weird that this is like an American basketball. NBA is for Americans, so the
thing is it's
how are they seeing these French people and why are they drafting them?
Well, the EuroLeague it gets looked at by a lot of people, but the thing is the NBA is the pinnacle of basketball.
Oh, okay.
NBA, so
everybody wants to be part of
NBA is like what everybody models their game off of.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? So, which kind of irritates me because there was a controversy a little bit ago about how somebody said that this team was the world champions because they won the NBA title.
So that's my question.
Then there was people that got mad and they're like, no, they're the American champions. They're not the world champions. But it's like you got all these people around the world coming to go to the NBA, which is the pinnacle of basketball.
It's like the world's basketball.
Yeah. You don't hear people getting mad at baseball and the NBA and the NBL talking about the World Series.
Right. Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And it's been known that since the 1950s.
Man.
The 1940s, 30s and stuff. So, like, when you have the pinnacle of the sport and everybody wants to go to it, you got every player from around the world coming to this league.
It's the world's basketball league.
Yeah. It's the world's best players.
Yeah.
That's
wild. I never thought about it like that. I think I always just assumed that everybody played in America and got drafted. I didn't know that they were like scouting from other countries.
Well, yeah, it's like Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's from Greece.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. Remember, I'm not that big in sports.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as basketball,
And then
but that's wild.
but you have, but yeah, it's scouted from all over the world. You have, it's basically the world's best players coming to this league. That's why they say you got people that will keep their dual citizenship so they can play for their home countries in the Olympics and to play in the NBA.
Facts. Wow, that's crazy. But about the other
second round. So the second round.
That is insane, though. Oh my gosh.
It is. Okay, so we did have another Kentucky person, Antonio Reeves.
Yeah, because I only heard you talk about two of Kentucky's players.
Yeah, he went. Let me see here. Yeah, he went 47th, and that's in the second round.
Is that still good though?
Yeah, I mean it's good. I mean he got drafted. Unlike Edwards, he went undrafted.
Oh, so he might as well just stay with UK.
Either that or gone to Arkansas with Calipari.
Man, who? I'm just playing. I was talking about Calipari.
Yeah, so but I mean
that's true too.
But let's look at it like this. So, and the real big thing that happened in the draft was the 55th pick.
The 55th pick.
Yes. And now there's a reason why I'm talking about the 55th pick in the NBA draft.
Okay. Is this like the 55th anniversary or something?
No.
Okay. I'm intrigued. I'm anxious to know.
It's Bronny James.
He was drafted.
But
was he drafted to his dad's team?
The 55th picks for the Lakers.
Are you serious right now?
Yeah.
He went 55th. Nobody else wanted him but the Lakers. Is that what this is?
No, I mean he probably could have, but it just there's a lot of nepotism that's going on there.
Oh yeah,
because
clearly,
and people really don't want to talk about it because they're like, oh well, there's nepotism everywhere. But the thing is, yes, America was built and the world was built on nepotism, but the thing is, people has had the stepping stones to get to where they're at for the nepotism. Let's say somebody in a law firm, they get hired by their parents. They still had to go to school and pass the bar to get there.
Right. It's just when they got there, there was somebody there already handing them shit.
Yeah. Unlike this, all right, so a year ago, the kid had a cardiac arrest during training camp.
Yeah.
And then you go through the season, he only averaged 5 points a game.
Wow.
So, and there was somebody on his team that averaged 16 points a game. He started, and like Edwards, he went undrafted. So literally you took a NBA roster spot, and just so Bronny James can hear his name be called, just so LeBron can hear his son's name being called.
Wow. And I bet you he play like shit, or he don't even get game time, where they only give him game time.
Oh no, he'll get game time
when his dad's on the court.
Yeah. So, and the reason
is he that good though? Is he like NBA draft worthy?
I don't know. There was
because I've even watching TV or going through like a college or high school game, like I don't see Bronny James like all the time.
Yeah,
like,
I mean most of
like LeBron James, he was like big, you know what I'm saying?
Even most of the teams that scouted him during the NBA combine said he wasn't ready.
Facts.
So it. And also too, like there could have been a better way. Like you could have went signed him undrafted.
Put him in the G League.
I'm sure he will go play, but for right now, he's on the roster spot of the Lakers. And so, which brings me to my next point: the free agency.
Okay.
So, You remember the last episode when I was telling you that this is the summer of Paul George?
Yeah.
And it could take a while to figure out what Paul George was going to go. No, that lasted about 2 weeks. That lasted about 2 days.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Paul George made his decision real quick, which was shocking to everybody.
So what did he do?
He went to the 76ers.
Oh, so he did leave.
Yeah.
He did trade.
Yeah. So he...
And he made it quick. That
was quick.
He didn't make nobody wait for nothing. He was like, look, this is what I'm doing. Get it done.
Chris Paul went to he decided to go to the Spurs from the Warriors. He said at this point he's not looking to he's not really putting too much into winning a ring. He just wants to complete his score his assist record, which I thought a long time ago, I thought a while back, he was going to end up being the NBA assist leader. Because he's known for making 10 assists a game. Like, he's a facilitator. He's like one of the last true point guards in the game.
Wow.
So, which I'm happy for him. You know, let him do his thing.
Yeah,
I wish I could. He was one of the players that I wish he could have got a ring. But
do you think he'll ever get one? What about with this team?
It's always a possibility. It's always a possibility.
Yeah.
You know, last year nobody would have thought that the Denver Nuggets would have been champions. Nobody thought that Dallas Mavericks would have made it to the finals this year. You know, there's always a possibility.
Yo, I'm sorry, I'm distracted him. We've got this video going in the background of the epic fails in people, and it was some funny stuff that was going on. And I couldn't help myself but to make faces.
But so, all right, in the free agency, the craziest thing happened. So LeBron came out and said that he was willing to take a pay cut to get either James Harden, DeMar DeRozan, Klay Thompson, because Klay Thompson was another big name that was supposed to make his decision whether he was going to stay with the Warriors
or go somewhere else.
Ooh. So that being said, James Harden stayed with the Clippers.
Ooh.
Nowhere on DeMar DeRozan yet.
Okay.
Klay Thompson ended up going to the Dallas Mavericks.
Okay.
And I feel like there was a fourth one.
So ain't nobody biting off of what LeBron has to say.
No,
because you are doing some sideways shit with getting your son onto the Lakers.
Well,
that's very sideways to me.
Well, that he feels like he's doing them a solid. Like, I'll take a pay cut.
Yeah.
To get a star in here so we can win a championship when they already done you many of solids. They got the coach that you wanted, JJ Redick.
Facts.
They drafted your son.
Quit crying all your damn life.
You know.
Look, let me stop because I don't know a man's life like you. But still, you just sound like you just feel like you're so entitled, where you're the big poo.
So he signed a 2-year deal, took a pay cut. And he can still opt out next year and sign a 3-year deal and go for a max contract. So really, he didn't really do him any solids.
I bet you this team is ready for him to go.
Well, I mean, no, they're not in. I'm saying they're not into winning championships. They're just capitalizing on having LeBron James
as the name.
Yeah. And so.
But I mean, at this point, didn't y'all say all he's doing is bitching and complaining?
Yeah, pretty much.
So, yeah. Get it together. He's been in the game too long. That's all he knows now.
Yeah, I mean, by the time he gets... he turns 40.
I'm glad Jordan left before that happened.
Well...
I mean, let's be real. It did happen to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But it ain't to the point of LeBron James.
No. I mean, the reason he came back and played for the Wizards was completely different than what LeBron's playing for.
Yeah, and also, Jordan left and played baseball and then came back, didn't he?
Well, he left.
Sampled baseball.
He won 3 championships. his dad was murdered, and then he felt like he wanted to go play baseball to step into his dad's shoes.
Yeah.
And he felt like he'd done all he could do with basketball, and then so he played baseball, dabbled in baseball, let's say, and then he came back after 2 seasons and won 3 more championships.
Period.
And then retired.
Hung it up.
And then he tried to be an owner, and they was kind of like, we'll make you majority owner. And so he was like, well, I'll come back and play then. And play for the Wizards for like a season. And then retired again. And then they just like, okay, we'll make you majority owner.
Pay me or play me.
So
period. Ooh, I like that. I like that. Play me or play me, honey.
So he so yeah, but I mean LeBron, he's just at this point, he's just staying in the game just so he can keep racking up that point total to where
can't nobody beat him.
It could be out of reach, but I mean it took 50 years for him to beat Kareem.
Well, we know who ain't gonna touch it, his son.
And
let me stop.
But also too, the thing that I was gonna say was the craziest thing about him taking a pay cut and trying to get one of these other name players to the team was so that you remember me telling when we having this discussion in the last season, and I told you that he was wanting to pass the torch down to his son.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that's exactly what he's trying to do at this point, because he was trying to get somebody to help them win a championship, so that way his son would be the first rookie ever to win a championship.
But it wouldn't like,
and then he could pass the torch down to his son instead of passing it to Victor Wembanyama or some other, one of these other players.
But would it be your son's championship or would it be yours that your son just piggybacked off of?
That's what it would be.
Back. You know what I'm saying? So, like, what are we really doing here, LeBron?
Yeah, but because they was all at this point when they was talking about the whole JJ Redick hire, they was like, oh, LeBron had nothing to do with it, with the decision of it. But it was kind of like everything that's happened with the Lakers organization, you had some decision in it. And like, let's be real, him and JJ Redick had a podcast where they was talking about plays and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. That was basically his interview for the head coaching job.
Oh, really?
I mean,
okay. I'm starting to pick up. I'm starting to catch up what you're saying. Yeah.
And then they go and draft his son. And you want to sit there and try to spoon.
So he's paying the coach.
Yeah, you want to spoon feed us and tell us that you had nothing to do with these decisions. That was all the Lakers.
Okay, we'll believe you, quote unquote.
Like, come on, no, we are grown ass men.
Facts. Find you something else to do.
So yeah, that's the craziness that I got in a nutshell. So.
All right. Well, y'all heard it. Y'all witnessed it. Y'all see what the outcome of it was. What is y'all thoughts on it? Do y'all think that little Bronny, or however you say his name, is gonna fulfill his dad's footsteps, or do y'all think he's gonna fall flat and not even surpass what he needs to do to even stay in the league?
Yeah, because I mean, they even had this whole Instagram shot of him sitting on the couch watching his name being called, and he's sitting there crying, and everybody's cheering like y'all didn't know that was gonna happen.
Facts, like
like we didn't say those alligator tears
about that bullshit. Leave it at home. You should have left that on your couch. But when we come back, we're gonna start discussing something that's even more hard hitting and something that we need to all pay attention to because it's going to affect our future, unlike basketball and LeBron James and his son, because he's getting paid for us mentioning him on this podcast. No, just playing.
Yeah, he ain't getting nothing from me, I'll tell you that.
But when we come back, we're gonna dive into the debate of the presidential candidates.
Yeah.
We just gonna let y'all know what happened, how it went, how we feel, and what we see possibly happening from this debate. So we'll see you in a second. All right, y'all. So welcome back, and let's just go right into it. This presidential debate was not a debate. It was a back and forth. It was a pissing contest. It was literally them saying what the other person didn't do, but they did, and it was all pretty much bullshit and a lie.
Yeah, I didn't honestly make it through that much just because I got tired of the whole I did this and you didn't do this, and
or this president did this. What do you think about that? Like, honestly, there were so many topics that were brought up but never discussed because it was just a back and forth. Like, I wanted to hear what the president had to say about the issues, how the issues are going to be resolved. All I heard was, okay, these are the issues from the mediators. These are the issues. Trump, your turn to respond. Trump like, well, in my tenure, I didn't allow these immigrants to come across the border, and look what's going on with Biden. And it's like, bro, that wasn't the topic.
And not even that, but most of his stuff, it sounds like a 2-year-old wrote it. It was very, very good. Like, he used things like that. Like, it was. I mean, it was the best ever. Like,
yeah. And I mean, Biden wasn't no better. He is old as fucking dirt.
I'm sorry, but I feel like at some point he has had a stroke.
What you said, but not just that. Like, he's too old to be in office, and you can tell. Like, just him sitting up there, and then him having that big freeze where he was like, like, you're not DJing, dude. You actually do it in debate. I need you to get it together.
Well, and that's where I say, like, his speech pattern, either he has a very bad speech impediment, or he's
always had that stutter,
or he's had a stroke at some point in his life.
I'm sure. I'm not gonna knock. Let me knock on wood first. I don't wish this on anybody, but clearly, his health is not the best.
Yeah.
And if you look at speeches that he made 4 years ago to speeches that he made now, not only is his voice more raspy and more old, because literally old people have the more raspier voices, but his appearance scares me. Well, not because of like what he looks like. It scares me because of how aged he looks.
Well, and they do say that the presidential job will wear on you more faster than any other job. I mean, look at any other presidents. I mean, look at like Obama.
Obama 4 years and then 8 years. Yeah, it was way different. But this job is not just wearing on Joe Biden; it's kicking his ass.
Yeah.
And Kamala looked like a spring chicken, like honey, and Joe Biden's like.
Well, and that's the thing though, because I mean, most of the presidents that hasn't had to deal with what Biden has had to deal with, as far as one, the coming in a pandemic, and two, the Republicans just fighting every single thing that the Democrats are trying to do right now.
Yeah. A lot of people are calling for there to be a different Democratic candidate, and like I'm not inclined to disagree with them.
Have you heard of one of the options that was put out there?
No.
Beshear.
Andy Beshear.
Yeah.
From Kentucky.
Yeah.
He's younger.
Which, I mean, he's done good as the governor of Kentucky.
I mean,
but he's already went into there was a big thing in Indiana that they hold every year for like beneficiaries and all that. Mm-hmm. He went there, he met with all the beneficiaries and all that. So he's in a really good spot.
That he did get the medical marijuana thing good in here. Like, I don't know. It's hard to see him leaving Kentucky and being the president. I don't know if I can see him as president.
Well, not even that, but it's just kind of like if he leaves Kentucky,
who we gonna get?
Yeah, that's what I'm scared.
What type of fuck shit's about to happen? Because it couldn't be no worse than the fuck shit that's going on right now.
Well, I mean, even in Kentucky, like they passed a law that if something happens to a senator or the governor, then there is no voting. The Republicans just can put whoever has the most power, which is the Republicans in Kentucky, can put in whoever they want.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah.
That's insane. But that's no worse than what's about to happen with this presidential election if we don't get somebody on that ballot that can actually do the job and survive.
Yeah, because I mean, there's two things. Like I said, there's two
Kamala,
things.
You just need to stop being his vice president running mate and just run.
Yeah, there's two. There's two things I took away from
Michelle Obama. Where you at?
There's two takeaways I have done from this debate.
What was that?
One is thinking that Biden has had a stroke at some point, and probably here recently has had a stroke at some point in his life. And two, I've picked up the subtle, they're not really very subtle. I mean, they're the ways you can tell that Trump is straight up lying through his teeth.
Have you?
Yes.
What are they? What I want to know. I want to know what you've gathered.
So, look, when he does the whole, it's very, very throwing out mannerisms like that.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to cover up and lying that what he's done.
It's and not two, as very, very as you say.
Yeah, and two, when he does the look away and then he's like kind of like
readjusting his facial
sucking
expression
through his teeth,
like that ouch type of
like it, those little lookaways and stuff like that. Just kind of like, you know, when you're talking to somebody
or a kid
and they like sitting there looking you in the eye, and then they just kind of look away, and then it looks like they're trying to think of what to say, and then they come back to you. That type of lying.
It looks like he don't know what to say, so he's trying to find some words to mix it up.
Yeah, or he's just straight up had a 2-year-old, 12-year-old writing his speeches this whole time. Like, it just.
I mean, he does have a son that's about that age. But what I took away from the debate is that America, you in danger, girl. Regardless of whichever president you pick, you are in danger. And then the fact that he said that all the other countries, all their other world leaders look at America as a joke. And that was coming from Donald Trump. I believe that.
Oh, yeah.
I believe that.
That was coming from when he was president, too.
I don't know. Because I kind of think that they didn't consider him to be weak. I don't think that any world leaders out there consider Trump to be weak. And the reason I say that is because of look how much of a I don't give up that Trump gives off. Like, I'm gonna do what I want, when I want, how I want. Y'all mess with me and I'm coming down on you.
See,
I can't be touched. Like, that's the kind of mentality that Putin has. But, so I don't feel like they see.
And that's the facade too. Because I mean, did you hear that question about when they asked him about does he think if Putin would have took over, done the whole Ukraine thing, and he was like, "Well, that was his dream."
Yeah, and that never would have happened if I was in office.
How can you say that when you automatically said that was
that close with him? Were you really gonna were you gonna convince Ukraine to give them stuff, or are you gonna go to war with them?
Well, not even that, but
how do you know?
But he automatically, like, that was his slip up. Was he was saying that was his dream? Like, so we just gonna pass over the fact that you just automatically said that was that man's dream.
I mean, but you can kind of know that would have been his dream anyways, even if you didn't. Like, me as a person, like, when you realize what Ukraine has as far as like the minerals and stuff that they can they have that makes them rich, that can make them a dominant factor.
Well, you know why Putin's taking over, why he's going after all these countries, right?
Yeah, but tell them. But yeah, I know.
He wants to bring back the Soviet Union.
Not just that, but he wants what Ukraine has as far as what they're trading to the Americas, what they're trading to all these other countries, because it's valuable.
Yeah.
And it makes him a global hard hitter if he has those products. So he's going after them for that and what you said. I just feel like Trump, how can you say that, it would have never happened if I was in office? What would you have done if it would have happened if you were in office? Because that was a question. If you were in office, what would you have done?
Yeah.
It would have never happened. Why do you say that? You can't explain to us because y'all were in each other's pockets.
Yeah, he was, and that was the whole big thing that people think that he was selling secrets to Putin.
I don't think he was selling secrets to Putin until he lost.
I think he was even giving secrets while he was in office.
I don't think he was doing it while he was in office because he was president. He don't want to give out his secrets then. But when they took him out of office,
I think that was why he was so good friends with Putin. Because he was giving, I wouldn't say giving all the secrets.
I don't think he was giving secrets. He was giving him promises.
Like he was giving enough intel.
Like we got your back. Yeah. Like if you go for this, we got your back. Or he was like making smooth like situations with them. But I just, we in danger when it comes to this election. Either one of the presidents we get in office is just going to not be the best choice. And I just feel it. And I don't know if it's going to hit us as people or if it's going to hit us as like a country as far as the government. Because, when I'm not going to lie, when Trump was in office, my money wasn't affected. When Joe Biden's in office, my money's not affected. But I don't think that this time is going to be like that. I think that this time we gonna feel it as individuals. It's not just gonna be like what's going on in the world. It's gonna be like what's going on in your household, what's going on in your neighborhood, what's going on in your city, your town, your state, your country. Like, what is the other countries doing to us? How are we being affected if we go to another country? How are we being affected when it comes to like the stuff that we can purchase from other countries, the things that we can do in our country that was brought here from other countries? Because like this BRICS shit, or what is it, BRICS, the whole currency exchange that they got going on overseas. Yeah. I think it's BRICS with all the other countries coming together and having like actual minerals, and the American dollar being like depleted out, and like there's like has no weight anymore, pretty much. Like I think that's gonna be something that affects individual people now. Yeah. Like I think it's about to be like a whole America's downfalling in like this global power, because it happens every time somebody rises to power and then their power is taken. Their whole dynasty is destroyed, and then there's another global power. So I feel like this is the peak and the downfall of the American global power because of the presidents that we have.
And honestly,
or the potential. I'm terrified.
I am too. And honestly, whoever becomes president, I just hope we make it through the next 4 years.
Facts.
Because I honestly feel like one will be the downfall of the democracy that we have.
You think it's going to be like if Trump, like the things that people think if Trump gets in office, it's going to turn into a dictatorship?
Yeah. And two, if the other one wins, then there will be a civil war.
Yeah.
And
I think that if Biden wins, it'll be a civil war. If Trump wins, not necessarily, but it's gonna be a lot of like supremacy people picking fights with.
But I will say this: if we do make it through the next 4 years, whoever it is, then we won't have to deal with them anymore.
Deal with who?
Both of them. Either one of them. Because if Trump wins, that's the second term. We don't have to deal with him no more. If Biden wins, that's the second term. Somebody new's gonna have to run.
If Biden don't win, he ain't gonna run again.
No, but that's the thing though. If Trump wins, then we'll have a new candidate in the Democratic Party, and Trump won't be able to win. Trump won't be able to run no more.
But for y'all.
Hopefully, because like I said, I feel like if he does win,
he's gonna turn into where he ain't never gonna leave until he's dead. And I kind of feel that way too.
Because that's also gonna keep him out of jail too. Because I feel like he's
gonna pardon himself.
Yeah.
I think that my key note to you all, if you haven't watched the debate, it's pointless to watch. I mean, it's gonna be a lot of what we've heard the last 8 years.
Yeah.
Is it 8? Yeah, the last 8 years. It's going to be a lot of what we heard the last 8 years. We've had 2 presidents that's been president before. A lot of us didn't agree with the first one. A lot of us didn't agree with the second one. So when it comes back to it, it's going to be a lot of us that don't agree with the president. It's going to be a lot more controversy because this president is president again, regardless of how you look at it. We're about to have another president that's been in office, and a lot of people didn't like it.
And I feel like the other one, if he does win, then he's going to come in hot and heavy, and it's going to be a reckoning for.
I think this is more controversial, and quote me on it because I really feel this way. I think these presidents have been way more controversial than
previous ones.
Biden. I mean, not Biden. Obama.
Yeah.
Obama was controversial because he was the first black president, and Trump was like, let me see your birth certificate, and then that caused a big uproar with people, and then a lot of people didn't agree with him being president or agree with his politics. But now we've got 2 presidents which half the country does agree with, half the country don't agree with. You got a country that's divided, and with Obama, the whole country wasn't divided. There was like,
you have people in their respective parties divided. Like, you have the Republican Party that's broken down in so many sectors. Yeah, you have so many people. You have so many people in the Republican Party that's broken down in so many sectors.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Like, you have, like, it used to be the Republicans, and then you have like the log cabin Republicans, which is the gay Republicans. And then,
come on, log cabin. I want to go on a trip. Not just playing.
And then you have, but now it's like you have the log cabin Republicans, the conservative Republicans. You have the.
I'm terrified for us as a society.
You have like
the world is laughing
the modern Republicans.
Get it together.
It's crazy. Like, even the Democrats, you have the modern Democrats, and then you have the conservative Democrats. Then you have the traditional Democrats. Like, it's crazy. Like, nobody can agree on anything, and that's what it's so sickening about this country now. It's just like, where are we headed to at this point?
It's downhill and quick. I'm telling you, I'm like beside myself with the 2 options we have to choose from.
And honestly, I started listening to some of I started, like, because like I grew up in a broad range of music, and I grew like I started listening to some music I was listening to with my dad. My dad, he was like the 60s hippie.
Mm-hmm.
And I started listening to some of the songs again, and I really started thinking. I was like, some of these songs, it still can be put with today. It's kind of like the history is like automatically repeating itself over.
Yep.
And it's not a good feeling to be where we're about to be heading
backwards.
And we have made so much stride and so much progressiveness that it's almost to be ashamed to think that we're going to be heading backwards.
But all in all, that debate really, like, it didn't like solidify the person. I'm still confused on who I'm gonna vote for.
Yeah,
because I don't know who I'm gonna vote for. Honestly, I don't want to vote, but I know I have to vote.
And yeah, because
I don't want to vote for neither one of them.
Like, I remember used to watching debates and be like, that's who I'm voting for. Yep. I agree with their policies.
Yep.
But there was nothing.
Nobody explained no policy. Nobody explained anything. Nobody had nothing to say but,
like, this.
Look what he's doing. Look what he's doing. Look what I did for y'all and he didn't do. Like, it was a whole, like, pissing contest. Like, my dick is bigger than yours. It was wild.
Yeah, like, it was just like
shit show.
I honestly think that high school debate teams have had better debates than them did.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like we were listening to, like, a cartoon, like Recess or something. Like, they going back and forth for like They should have been the next Boys on Bad Boys Club, just beating each other up. Like, it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was insane. Like I said, if you haven't seen it, it is pointless. Unless you want to get a good scare, because it scares the shit out of you to see the two people that we have to choose from not telling us what we need to know about what our country's going to look like if they become president again. Like, let's be real.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like like I said, I'm in fear. Like this is the one time that I do not know what's going to happen in the next 4 years.
And I don't care if you're a Republican or a Democrat. That debate should have scared you. It should have made you nervous. It should have made you think like, oh dang.
And then he still tried to say that he had a peaceful exit. Like the January 6th didn't happen.
Yeah. But he tried to blame it on Pelosi.
Yeah.
He literally said that they took blame for it and everything. Like, I don't remember that.
I don't.
Everybody was at fault. You started it, but nobody took the gumption to actually step up and put you in your place and stop it.
Yeah.
So, if you want to blame other people, let's blame both sides.
Yeah.
But it started with you, sir. But I'm here nor there, because honestly, yeah, I'm not the best person to like Trump. Like, I don't really care for him that much at all. But at the same time, that debate made me not like the thought of Biden. Like, Biden's done stuff like in the past that was good, but like at this very moment, he don't need to be in that office because he's gonna be confused most of the time. Well, I got that from it.
Honestly, I mean, if they do end up going with a new candidate, it would it would end up ultimately be a new vice president because Kamala would step into his place.
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's the way.
No, if he becomes president.
Well, no. So what happens is if a current president is no longer to run, then it'll be on to the VP to step up and run, and then they would have to pick a new VP. See what I'm saying? Like,
not necessarily.
Yeah.
Because if the VP say that she don't want it, she's not ready for it, then they can pick another candidate.
You really
and
think?
It's really up to. It's not really up to them to decide. It's really up to like the party to decide.
Yeah. And
at this point, I don't feel like the party is going to be like, yeah, we're gonna let Kamala run, because if there was that case, they wouldn't have let Biden run right now. He wouldn't be running right now if it was gonna be that.
Well, they have to have the president run. They have to have the president as the main candidate because he's the one that's in office right now. It's the same thing as when Trump was in the presidency and they had no other Republican candidate.
It's wild.
It's whoever's in the party, whoever the other party is in the presidency is running for is the person who is the top runner for the party.
Well, we gonna find out.
So
I hope you get to find out, because, honey. And honestly, to be honest and 100% with you, I know she's got to do it because he's the president. But at the same time, if I was Kamala, I'd be like nervous as shit too. And I seen an interview that she had. I watched an interview that she had after that with one of somebody. I can't remember who it was, but they were questioning her about like the whole debate and how he kept stuttering, and how he just looked like he just wasn't fit to be president anymore. And she was like, just because of that one little minute in the beginning, I've seen him in action at this and during this and during that, and it has nothing to do with the debate. It's about what is actually happening. What work are you putting in? No, all of that takes precedent.
Honestly, because at that moment, I think she's just kind of backing her.
She's backing her candidate. Yeah, she's backing the president.
She's backing the president.
But my thing is,
I think if you took Biden out
if she wanted to be president, if she wanted us to believe her, if she really wanted to be like real, she would have said how she really felt, regardless of how the outcome would have been. I know that you still want to be that vice president, but at the same time, if you want to run this country, be real with us, because you be a fake as fuck. You seen how scary that man looked up at her.
Well, I mean but that goes with any of them.
Facts.
I mean,
the only person that's being real with us in that instant is who? Donald Trump.
He's not even being real.
No, I'm saying as far as when it comes to Joe Biden, he's being real. He's the only one that's like, this man is not fit to do anything.
Well, yeah, but that's also coming from the fact that the man, he's not able to run. Like, he's not really in his best mind and best.
Neither one of them are. That's what makes me so scared.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, that's like calling the kettle black right there. Is one of them saying the other one's not fit to run? Well, you're not fit to run either, Mr. 34 felonies.
But
Mr. Can't speak no good.
But at the same time, not just fit to run, but capable of running a country. Trump would be more capable of running the country than Joe Biden if he's acting the way he's acting at that debate.
I
mean, it's here nor there. Either way it goes, we got two whack ass people running for president.
You're not wrong about that one.
And when I say whack, I mean like disturbed, unfit, out of their gourds. Because why would you run for president when you're in the situation you're in with both of them? Yeah. Trump with his cases, Biden with his health and his age. It's crazy.
And then what's even
parties
crazier
haven't seen that.
And what's even crazier is they're talking about Biden's age. Trump isn't that far behind.
Trump's like 3 years younger than him.
Yeah.
so you're going to be right there. If you become president in 2 years, you're going to be right where he is right now. And you still got 2 more years to go.
Like,
let's be real. Let's keep it real. 100. But we can go on and on and on and on forever.
Yeah.
Just know, we're going to do our final thoughts on the debate. I'm going to start with myself. And then D-Lo's going to finish with his final thoughts on the debate. And then he's going to close us out for the day. My thoughts on the debate is, America, get ready. Because if we don't get another candidate on that ballot, it's going to be a roller coaster ride for the next 4 years. And I just hope that we can stay on the ride and not get taken off of it unwillingly. The debate was literally each one of them witch hunting to destroy the other person and not tell America what they had planned for our future. And that's my thoughts on it. D-Lo, what was your thoughts?
Where do I even begin?
Right.
I've said this in multiple episodes, and I'm going to keep preaching this, and I'm going to keep saying this. We, as a people, need to come together. This country is not going to make it far at all anymore if we keep being divided as much as we are. It doesn't matter what background you come from. It doesn't matter what religion you have. It doesn't matter. We're here. If we don't come together as people, then we're not going to be making it. Like, we're not.
Yeah.
And like he said, like Hobby said, like if it, like, just watching this, if that doesn't shoot any alarms with both candidates, I don't know what to tell you. Like, you still got people thinking that Trump is the greatest thing since sliced bread,
and they're gonna always think that.
And it's just like, well, there's plenty of other Republican presidents that has done more than what he has done. You know, you had him talking about injecting bleach during the pandemic. Like, let's get real. Like, and then trying to turn around and say he didn't say that. Like, we heard you say that.
Man.
Like, come on, people. Be smart. Like, I honestly think if there is a third option on the ballot this year, we all need to go for that third option. Regardless.
Hopefully it's a good one.
Because the two that we have right now, I'm scared. I honestly am. Like, I'm even scared for, you know, the future of the kids of today. Like, this is what they're growing up seeing.
Facts.
You know, like, everything relies on this presidency that people really do not know. They think it's all fun and games. Oh, Trump is my president. Oh, Biden's my president. Hey, this will go beyond them. This is the direction that the country is going to be headed into future come. This is what we're going to be leaving our kids to. This world is what we're going to be leaving our kids to. If we don't do something now, there isn't going to be nothing left for them.
And with that being said, I'm your boy Javi, here with my boy D-Lo.
Yo.
And that's all we got for today. See you next time.
Peace.